Hello, 8th grade algebra students. Here are your video guided notes for today for section 3.2. We're solving inequalities by adding and subtracting. We kind of previewed this in our last section as well. Some of you may have noticed I threw a couple of these problems in there. Today we're just going to be focusing on just these types of problems with the adding and subtracting. Make sure that you're putting your name at the top of your packet. That way you can receive credit for your work that you are completing for this class. We're going to start off with just something very simple. Again, we're just wanting to get x all by itself. We're going to want to isolate that variable. So instead of adding to split 7, we're going to take away 7 from this side. If we take it away from that side, what we do to one side, we need to do to the other. Okay. I'm left with x is greater than 3. I need to go ahead and graph this right now. I'm going to graph it as 3. I'll throw 4 there and 2 here. I'm going to have it as an open circle because it's just greater than. And go and show that it is greater than. Remember that you can always do it in this method as well. I'm just going to probably show it like this today, but remember that you can always do it this form as well if you don't have the packet with you. You are always welcome to graph it this way. If we move on, I have w minus 5 is less than negative 9. Again, I need to undo this subtraction by adding. So I add to both sides, because what I do to one side, I need to do to the other. Those 5's cancel out. Negative 9 plus 5, I'm getting closer to 0, so I end up at negative 4. Negative 4, negative 5, and then I'll have negative 3 over here. And it's showing me that w is less than negative 4, so that means it's going to go down to my left if it's less than. And it's an open circle because it does not have a line underneath it for equal to, less than or equal to. We continue down here to our third example. I have 3.4 is less than or equal to m minus 0.1. I'm just going to add my 0.1 here. If I add it to that side, I need to add it all the way over here. Same rules apply. These cancel out. 3.4 plus 0.1, I know that's 5. Bring down my decimal point. 3 and 0 is still going to be 3. My sign stays the same just because I'm adding and subtracting, and no negatives were involved. So I have 3.5 is less than or equal to m. When you have decimals like this in this situation, I would just go up the next decimal point. Okay? That's going to make it a lot easier on you to write this out, and then you don't have to worry about what number comes next. My circle is going to be filled in here for my point because it's less than or equal to. Or greater than or equal to. So m is greater than or equal to 3.5, so it's going to go to the right. If we flip our page, we're into some word problems next. Okay? Some problem solving applications. So a school bus can safely hold no more than 36 people. After 6 stops, there are 31 people on the bus. We want to write, solve, and graph inequalities show how many more people can safely ride the bus. So no more than 36 people. So 36 people is the max that it can get. So we can be up to 36, but 36 is the most that it can be. So we're going to have to be less than or equal to 36. Now there already are, we want to know how many people more can get on the bus, so x. We already know that there are 31 people on the bus. So we know that x plus 31 has to be less than or equal to 36 in order to be safe on that bus. So I'm going to solve for my x in this situation. I'm going to take away the 31 from this side. If I take it away there, I have to take it away on this side. These cancel out. I'm left with x is less than or equal to 5 people. Only 5 more people at most can join the bus. It could be 3 people get on the next bus stop. It could be 0. It could be 2 people get off. Maybe that's what happens. But only 5 people at max can join the bus to get a max of 36. So we're going to graph showing that we have only 5 people or less can join the bus. Since it's less than or equal to 5, our circle is going to be filled in and it has to be less than, so I'm going to go to my left. L for less and L for left. Not too complex there. Okay, let's look at this problem. Tom is saving money to buy a PS5 that sells for at least $500. He has already saved $240. We need to write and solve an inequality to determine how much more money Tom must save, and check your answer. So we know that he needs $500 or more, okay? So he could save another $500 past that. Maybe he wants to get some games, some controllers, something like that. So it could be more than $500 that he saves. Could always be. We know he already has $240. How much more money does he need? That's gonna be our X. So X plus 240, that's what it's gonna, how we're gonna determine this one. I'm then gonna just solve for my X by taking away 240 from both sides. X is greater than or equal to 260. He needs at least 260 in order to buy the PS5. He can always save more, but he needs at least that amount. We're gonna graph this here. 260, 261, 259. Again, X has to be larger than 260 in order for him to buy that PS5. And we have to know that 240 plus 260 gives us at least 500. I double check my math right here, and I see that gives us 500. I might get grief from some of you. I know that people are selling PS5s for a lot more than $500 right now, but that's the number we got for the problem. Again, if you guys need help on these practice problems, make sure you rejoin the Google Meet. I do believe there are only 8 practice problems, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 general, just pretty straightforward algebraic problems. And then you have 2 application-based problems as well. So if you need help, make sure you rejoin the Google Meet during class. If it's outside class hours, make sure you're sending Mr. Anderson an email in order for that to be happening. Please make sure that you're putting your name on top of the paper. Stay caught up on this coursework. It makes it a lot easier for you to complete the next coursework on the following Thursday. Thanks, guys.